crazy, but
yeah, you just sort of cut across.
yeah. I just hate this. Felt good.
Yep.
Throttle, pull me around, baby. Rotate, oh, come on, baby.
You good. You made it a little shallow, that's why that happened.
Did it? Or is it, I should say. I laid on the brakes a little bit heavier there to try to go a little deeper. I don't know if I did, but...
Oh, it's going good.
See?
Yeah, that feels smooth.
It did, minus the rumble, but I mean, that's...
yeah. Loosen up a little bit, let it come out. Now tighten in. Tighten. Yeah.
Get pushed. Thank you, because I'm not counting. Oh yeah, big time.
No brake. Modulate with throttle.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Whoa, keep it.
And then come in.
Sorry.
Now it's your cool down.
Yep, thank you.
So we're back at 135s.
Sweating. Which I honestly was trying not to watch that. That's my PB, period. Because it was a 135.5.
You have so much fucking room too. I can already see
I'm
it.
sweating out of like fear. I don't know.
So that one, you need to sweep out further so that you
Fuck,
can
I should have been watching when we did it.
That's okay. Right here, do not get off the throttle. Modulate if you have to. Don't get off of it.
Okay.
You know, come back to maybe you're only 10% on it, but be on it.
Yeah.
here, you're doing great. If it's understeering, you're diving into this corner just right.
Which it is, I mean, you can feel it. That one time it was like real mad. Yeah, I was like, come on, baby. But I get it, right? Understeering can be bad because you might just drive right off the track.
Yeah.
But to play the flip coin, it's making me a little comfortable as far as the rear not sliding out.
Yep. The car's balanced.
Yeah, so I'm not going to mess with it.
No. This one you are sailing across it just fine.
Yeah, I wish those were a little smoother. It does.
It feels like
what I need to do that you probably can't feel, and it's because the RPMs drop so low in third, I need to get on the throttle sooner.
Yep.
But I do it like on the out of coming out of that turn, and that's...
And then come out and go in. Right
like
here,
in the middle?
Keep it right there.
Like middle apex it, like this ride, and...
And then when you're on throttle, it'll push you out, and then tighten up just a little. Like just that. And it'll push you out right here. Do not brake.
I need
You're not going fast enough. Like, you're not fast enough to use the brake right here. You just come off the throttle just a little bit, hit that apex, fucking mat it to the floor. Come up. If you're going too fast, here is where you can brake.
And I did.
Line.
I tried to come through here at like 70. I think before it was like low 60s.
And then right here, you need a fucking mat gas. Because you can tell it lugged just a little bit. Always on that corner for whatever reason.
That it what?
It lugs just a little bit.
What do you mean lugs?
Like it's not as responsive. It's not a light switch. It's like there's a
little hesitation
delay.
Yeah.
So right when you're on that apex and you're starting to do this with your
Let's check tires too.
Rah!
Just out of curiosity, right?
Oh yeah. See if they actually climb.
Yeah, from what they were before.
Because they were what? Front was 33 and 32 and a half.
I could have taken notes, but I did not. Hey,
you're back.
I don't know if I'd go that far yet. No, I mean, super pumped, right? Let me do like another one. You know what I mean? To know that I'm actually there. But the cars never drove. Like, I think if Tyler was to drive right now, he may not like it. So front's 32.2.
I think we have it right at...
Passenger front, honestly, 32.1. They're about equal.
Your brakes haven't increased in temperature.
Have or haven't?
Have not. It's not even using them as much.
So this is 32.9. This is actually hotter back here, so lower it down to like...
Just 32.
That's fast.
Where are you?
Now I'm at 32 flat. I love the heat coming off of it. It feels so good with this weather. So this back one's 30. I'm just gonna leave it 31.3.
None of your brakes are as hot as they were in the morning.
Oh really?
They're all like between 150 degrees cooler than they were this morning.
Well, it's probably because I'm also... You just want to sit back inside again?
Oh.
Sit back inside again. All right, so a lot has happened between the last video and now. What you just saw was a private little like track day that me and my buddy Matt went out on. And what I'm trying to do is get more seat time. That's the biggest thing I can recommend to anybody. Because the last practice that we had, here's a quick clip from my very first hot lap. All right, so obviously that, you know, me hitting a tire wall last season, it's hard to get back on the seat, right? Like, I mean, the confidence you got to build, it just takes some time. For anybody that's been off track, I'm sure you're completely understand what I'm saying. So again, I got a membership now, so I can sort of just pay to go, you know, on days maybe that I have off or whatever, and whoever's there happens to be there, it is what it is. And that's just so I can get more seat time and get comfortable in this car. So a company or a performance shop out here, 1010s Automotive, what they did for us, our Time Attack series, they essentially offered a weigh-in. So they give us individual corner weights in our cars and a dyno. So I put attached up here the clip of what my car weighed. After me getting the car corner balanced, it came out to 2530. So it's kind of heavy probably in most people's eyes for a CRX, but you gotta understand, this is actually like at heart a stock interior CRX for the most part, right? Like the only thing I removed, excuse the stuff in it from the track the other day, but the only things I've really removed were like the heater boxes and whatnot. And then I threw B series and threw a turbo, and then we've got our wing and, you know, splitter, blah, 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 right? So is it heavy? Sure. But I'm gonna throw in a dyno clip right here.
Yeah, that far away.
This is at 8 pounds at what I'm tracking the car at the whole season. And I'm gonna tell you this, without a muffler on, the camera doesn't know justice. I mean, this thing screams in a good way. It's hard for me to hear it like that inside the car. And every time I've always had the car dynoed, it's always had, you know, muffler on it. So it made on that pull, or on the average of the 3 pulls, I think it made 324 or 326 wheel and like 230 something foot-pounds of torque. So even at that weight, it's still the car still moves nonetheless. So what I can say with that video is I actually set a new PB, which is super awesome. I was getting much more consistent and I was getting more comfortable again. For anybody that does follow me on Instagram, I had posted a while back that under heavy braking, the passenger rear of the car would just come out. So in that clip you saw a minute ago where I just kind of lost it, there was no steering input or anything like that. I had EBC yellows on it. Now I went to Carbotex all around. And when I just let the brake pedal eat as much as I would with the EBC yellows, I mean, the rear end just swung around. And it's done that before when I mismatched brake compounds, or, you know, a more aggressive one in the front than in the back. Tons of people say to do that so you don't lock the rear wheels, but it always made the car really, really unhappy under heavy braking. I shouldn't stab the brake, so it's something I got to work on with brake modulation, but it made me very nervous driving the car because the rear, I was always scared, am I going to put too much brake pressure and the rear would come out? Well, what I can say is after the corner balance and me going out and just eliminating another thing from the equation, I just bought some Remand from O'Reilly's OEMSI calipers, and the car brakes straight. Super stoked about that. The Carbotex, much more aggressive than the EBC yellows. Loving them right now, and I've actually only got to track them once. What I can say with that one track is the brake dust is 10 times worse than the EBC yellows. Not a huge concern, right? Just keep washing the car. But, so the alignment settings that I'm at right now, and I know some people are gonna probably freak out with some of this, but the car understeers a lot, and I'm okay with that. The sway bar in the rear is on the soft setting. The rear dampening, 0 to 12, is on 1, or 1 to 12, it's on 1, and the front is on 8. Again, the car understeers, but I feel way more, I guess just less sketched out by the car right now. I'm gonna just keep driving like that, and we're just gonna see where we go from there right now. I'm gonna learn to live with that. So the caster's at 3.5. The front camber is at -2.5, and it's a total toe in of a 16th in the front. The back is -2 3/4 of camber, and a total of 1/8 inch toe in. I've ran toe out, and it's just the car, even at 0, the car just loves to rotate. I understand some of the autocross people, it probably works out for you guys, maybe just with as much sharp and quick turns, but an inexperienced driver like myself, which I'm okay admitting, you know, it rotates. She loves to just come around, and it's just kind of sketch on my end being a novice driver. So I'm gonna live with it the way it sits. That's that. I'm gonna probably try to, when the season starts here, we have one more actual official practice with much more cars coming out this weekend. But when the season starts, because I'm in Class C, that's the one I'm in, I think I'm gonna try to like record some of the C-Class cars, even B and A, just so you guys can maybe follow along in the season a little bit differently than last year and see who I'm competing against and what cars are in my class, etc. The last thing with the CRX that I need to still do is I haven't really washed it since painting it, but I'm going to probably wash it here. It's been a bit since I painted it now. Wash it, and then probably polish it one more time, and then actually like wax it and seal it or something, just so, I don't know, just so it's easier to wash and maintain and keep clean, you know? As far as the S2000, my wife is going to track her again this season. For anyone that follows older videos, we've got 255s in the back and 225s in the front. It's a staggered setup. I'm thinking I'm gonna just go ahead and buy the same the rims we have in the back, and put them in the front. So it should be 255 squared all around. And when the time comes, we'll probably put RT 660s on it. That's what I have on the CRX, and I'm really enjoying them. Talking about rims real quick, I love the Hypergrams by Koenig. I might even buy a second set, or if somebody can tell me or show me something that maybe I just like that's a 15 by 8 plus 35, I'd like to have 2 sets of wheels. One that keeps the RT660s on them, so I can go out like on my own practice days and just kind of, you know, beat around on those. And then maybe some annnnnd AR1s for like the actual competition days. Just looking for other options. Slipstreams have always been a go-to thing. Loved them since I was a kid. I cannot find them in a plus 35 by 15 by 8. I can find them by a 40, and then I can run a spacer, but then I got to go to extended lugs in the car. Just more work than I want to do at the moment. But that's that for the CRX at the moment. I will probably film this next week and see what we can get and see if we can get another PB or just, you know, consistently nail those lap times. And just to answer in case somebody asked, the blue panels back here, my buddy Joe's Mustang, we just sprayed them yesterday, and we already sprayed his car, so we're kind of going to do all the pieces, put the car back together, and then wet sand and buff it. Really like the color, super nice. That's really it. So if anybody's got any questions, comments, if you guys do like this video take on how I show the track with the gauges there and the main screen being the windshield, kind of did that so maybe you can sort of see, you know, the lines I'm taking and whatnot. It's also so I can see it and just kind of try to make myself better. And I think for the wife in the S2000, I'm probably going to put a camera on her helmet, which I've had a video with it before. Maybe put one up on the windshield too, just to get like the same perspective like with the CRX, and then maybe just kind of, I'll just ask her questions or just let her kind of narrate and just having her own little separate video on the channel to see how she, you know, just the track experience from her point of view and just something different. But other than that, again, if anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comments below. Message me on Instagram or any feedback as far as just, you know, how I did on the track or anything you think I can work on. I know there's a lot and I've already noted a ton of it, which is again why I record the video. But I appreciate everybody for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.